Hi everyone, we're in England.
Cup of tea?
Oh, thank you very much. And it's really bad weather. So,
obviously.
The other day, not obviously, it might be good tomorrow. But we were thinking the other day, paper airplanes might be a cool subject. But actually...
I said paper airplanes, you poo-pooed it and said it's rubbish and everybody's done it before. So
a lot of people have done paper airplanes before.
We thought maybe not many people have done paper paragliders before.
Can you do a paper paraglider?
Who knows?
We haven't planned it on purpose, so we can go through the process. There's a very high chance we'll fail. Might be fun. Something to do in a rainy day. Let's do it. And we got my cup of tea. Ooh,
Ching ching.
Cup of tea, yes.
Hot.
How are you thinking of doing this? Like, obviously this is going to be a battle thing. It has to be a battle, actually. I just remembered. Where you do yours, I do mine, and whoever glides the furthest, it wins, right? Because that's the best paraglider. Glide ratio and all that.
Don't we get like a more than one prototype though?
Oh yeah. Do as many as you want, but is your final model against your best model against my best model, right?
Okay.
What I'm thinking is, we only have a couple of hours to do this, which sounds like a lot of time, but it isn't if you're doing a video at the same time. I'm thinking I'm going to start really simple and then try to get it closer and closer to a paraglider. And the main problem is the paraglider has two curves. It's curved this way and this way. And that's why it has so many cuts and seams on a real paraglider, because it's made from cloth, and a cloth is two-dimensional. You know, it doesn't have a 3D shape, so I think I'm going to start by doing some drawings. So paraglider is like this, but it has two curves to it. So I think I'm going to try to do one of these old school ones that are just kind of flat across the top, and the side it has a bit of an airfoil to it. So I'm going to try starting with that.
I've discovered very early on that paper is quite difficult to make into a paraglider. This is obviously just a drawing, this is not going to work.
Wait.
But yeah, if I just cut a piece of paper in the shape of a paraglider, it's not going to do anything.
That's prototype number one. That's a good prototype.
There's going to be some challenges ahead. I've decided to use cotton thread as my unsheathed lines.
Not paper, is it? Right, so the first prototypes are in. Let's walk through their features. Right, so what's yours like, Gemma?
I was going to draw something and cut a shape, but I decided to go for the blunt approach, and I've just folded some paper, essentially, to make my canopy. And I've used some thread as my unsheathed lines.
Oh, is that cheating? They're definitely unsheathed.
It does look like I've not really measured the lines either to make sure they were all the same. This is going to be interesting, and I've made a paraglider out of a paraglider pilot out of paper clips. I don't know whether it's weighty enough yet because this is quite heavy for them.
Okay.
So tell us about yours.
My
this is
one.
a bit small.
It's small. I've put a bit of a bend in it, and it has some tie rods to keep that in tension. And a couple little suspension lines, and now I need to find some weight for this, and I think the length of this line compared to this line is going to be quite critical to keep it flying forwards or backwards, so we'll see. Do you want to go first? Right, here we go.
Oh dear, it looks terrible.
It's alright.
All the lines are all over the place.
Which bit is the front? Chuck it and see.
We'll see.
Go on.
It fell.
Parachute.
Parachute, yeah. Actually, let's see what it's like as a parachute. gentle.
It's a pretty good parachute. It's stable. It doesn't rock.
It's got no...
It doesn't rock.
No direction.
Can you like shorten the front lines?
No. Not without one doing it all. That one looks like the red ones are the shortest. No.
A little bit of more weight on the front again. I think it's stalled first.
Right, your turn.
Right, okay, you're giving up on yours, alright.
Yeah, I think it's not a good prototype, I'm afraid.
So where would you go next with yours?
It
just doesn't have any forward speed, does it?
I think the aspect ratio is not right, so trying to do that with it.
Oh, okay. I think this is the front because these ones are a little bit shorter, so just get a simple clip.
Okay.
I'm not really sure how to launch it, but... It looks like it has too much A's on it because it dives and then collapses, dives, recovers and then collapses again. Kind of like if you have too much on the A's. See that? It like collapsed and then recovered. That was a good little initial flight.
What are you trying to do?
Just trying to move the weight further back. The pilot, should I say. Dead weight. Oh my god! I think I'm gonna go for the same design but a bigger one and a system that allows me to adjust the line lengths a little bit easier. Version 2. It looks pretty.
It looks like a parachute again.
Yeah,
I'm good at parachutes.
The old aspect ratio has gone out of the window, hasn't it?
Actually, let's glue it first.
Go on.
Back to the drawing board.
I'm going for the full airfoil because it's a lot easier to do a full one.
Where are you up to?
Just trying to...
These are long lines.
Trying to do a method. It kind of works, but it's the weight distribution problem again. So I kind of made this thing, which allows me to connect the A's to that one and the B's to that one. And hopefully I should be able to change the height between these two by opening and closing the clip.
Interesting.
And see if it falls back, it's tail heavy. If it frontals, it's nose heavy, and we want somewhere in the middle.
Oh, I stopped it. I stopped it with my leg. That was good.
We're running out of space, man. Looks like that works. That's the A's and that's the B's. So a little bit of angle of attack there. What's the features of your Mark III? Similar design.
The paper clips are kind of screwing it up for me because they kind of make it bend in a way that it didn't bend before.
Right.
But basically, I've got a little, tried to create like an aerofoil kind of shape.
Right, okay, so like a single skin.
Yeah, goes in a little bit like that. Less weighty, I hope, because there's not as much folding. But
you might need more weight than that for that amount of area. But
we'll see. But I've got there the A's, and that's how much longer they are than the B's at the back. So I don't know whether I've made them too much longer. but we'll see.
Let me see sideways. The B's are definitely longer than the A's, but let's see. Nothing like testing. Wait. Get one.
Ooh, frontal.
So that does mean A's are too short, doesn't it?
Yeah, so I can adjust it.
Right, lines adjusted.
Moment of truth. Oh, still frontaling.
Better. It's better.
Further, added folds in the brake lines just to bring them back a little bit. We'll see if that works.
It's getting better.
Oh,
Oh, it might be tail heavy now.
the thing I don't like about yours, it's a bit like blocky and even, you know, like it doesn't go in like an arch. It just goes, it's just one even arc.
It's one airfoil.
Yeah, but it's not like, there's no tapering.
Oh, right, so like this way, it's a rectangle.
Yeah.
Well, it's easier to build, isn't it? This is just the wing of an airplane with some strings on it. That's all it is.
Moment of truth.
I'm sorry, Gemma, that's fucking brilliant. Turns out Gemma has a really big back garden. She's very steep. It's windy, Gemma. Look, have to take off into wind. There's wind coming that way. It's too windy. This is like the equivalent of 50-mile-an-hour winds for this little guy. Scale equivalent. Oh, that was good. Every time it lands, you need to sort out lots of tangles in the lines, just like a regular paraglider.
Don't knock my wings over.
So what do you think?
I think making a paraglider is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be.
That's why they're so expensive.
Yeah.
Because it's lots and lots of panels sewn together.
But not expensive when you think what you can do with them.
True.
It's an aircraft that you carry on your back after all.
I think that was really interesting. Obviously our designs were very simple because it still took, what, like 4 hours to do all this?
We didn't cheat either, we didn't look anything up, and we've looked it up since we finished just now, and that's probably the closest thing that we can find online to a parachute / paraglider. It's not quite right, and there's really specific instructions on it, but yeah, it's difficult. Basically, paper's not a very good, well, it's not the material that's like paragliders, and you kind of need the panels, don't you? And
yeah, that's where I'd like to go next with mine, which is actually plan it out properly, draw it out, and cut the individual panels and glue them together to do the 3D shape where it's curved one way and curved the other way.
And then after that, add a motor.
Yeah, put a little electric motor on it.
I think we've realised that the lines and the weight are very, very important in how it flies.
Yeah, how much weight you have and where you have it is really important. And the lines, like on a normal paraglider, if you pull more on the A's or more on the B's, it really changes the angle of attack. So that is super sensitive. If you change it a couple of millimeters, it doesn't fly at all, or then it flies okay. It was nice to fly them outside.
Yeah, but wind
but
makes
it was
a
very
difference
windy.
as well.
Yeah.
No wind is sometimes easier to get it to fly.
Yeah, I think no wind is the perfect conditions, but obviously we don't have as much space inside. But anyway, hope you enjoyed that. As always, we want to thank all of these people on Patreon.
Are they on my face?
They're on your face, but it's okay. And then that's it. I think anything else?
Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and hopefully when we see you next time, we'll be outside because the weather might be a bit better.
Fingers crossed. All right, see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.